Have you ever felt that gut-wrenching sting of betrayal? It's one of those things that cuts deeper than any physical wound, isn't it? We all know it, and if you think about it, betrayal is a thread that runs through so many stories, even in the Bible. Now, I know what you might be thinking. The Bible? Really? Isn't that just a collection of ancient stories? But hear me out. These stories are packed with raw human encounters, and betrayal is a central theme that resonates across time. Let's start with one of the most famous betrayals in history, Judas Iscariot. Ah, Judas. The name alone has become synonymous with treachery. You know the story. He was one of the 12 disciples, a close companion of Jesus, yet he chose to betray him for 30 pieces of silver. Can you imagine? Walking side by side with someone you claim to love and then turning around to sell them out? It's a stark reminder that betrayal can come from those we trust the most. It's relatable, isn't it? We've all had moments where we've felt let down by a friend or a loved one, and that's the beauty of these biblical narratives. They reflect our own lives. Now, let's think about the weight of Judas's actions. He didn't just betray Jesus, he betrayed the entire movement of love and compassion that Jesus stood for. And what's even more heartbreaking is that after the act, Judas was filled with remorse. He realized the magnitude of his betrayal, but it was too late. That's another layer to the betrayal story. Sometimes, the consequences of our actions can be irreversible. Have you ever had a moment where you wished you could take back what you said or did? That feeling of regret is universal. It's a powerful reminder that our choices matter. But Judas isn't the only one. Let's take a look at King David and his son Absalom. David was a man after God's own heart, but his family life was a mess. Absalom, driven by a desire for power and recognition, rebelled against his father. Imagine the pain David must have felt, his own flesh and blood turning against him. It's a heartbreaking story, one that illustrates how betrayal can fracture even the strongest of bonds. Family isn't always a safe haven, and it's the people closest to us who can hurt us the most. And then there's Peter, another disciple. He vowed to stand by Jesus no matter what, yet when the pressure mounted, he denied knowing him 3 times. Can you relate to that? Maybe you've been in a situation where you felt pressured to choose between standing up for someone or going with the crowd. Peter's story shows us that betrayal doesn't always come from malice. Sometimes it's born from fear, self-preservation, and selfishness. It's a reminder that we don't all have guiding principles. The Bible isn't just about these grand tales of faith and miracles. It's also a mirror reflecting our own struggles. Betrayal is a part of the human experience. At our jobs, in our departments, it teaches us about trust, love, and the depths of our own hearts. It challenges us to forgive. So the next time you encounter betrayal, remember that you're not alone. It's a theme that has echoed through centuries, reminding us of our shared humanity. The stories of Judas, Absalom, and Peter aren't just ancient tales. They're part of a timeless narrative that connects us all. They urge us to reflect on our own actions, our own relationships, and how we can strive to be better. After all, in a world where betrayal exists, there's also the opportunity for forgiveness, healing, and redemption. And that, my friends, is the way of the cross.